Yeah, you shut up, Chris. Morning, guys. Just down at this job, we've put the video on a couple of times before of this pond being built. It has been, what can we say, a bit of a, without being too crude on YouTube, it's been a pain in the bottom, this job. The pond itself's been relatively easy, but when we first went into it, we started this pond actually last year, but there hasn't been a major rush because the house is being built from scratch as well. So obviously when we had the diggers here and stuff like that, it was dead easy to do the pond, and we had the bricklayers here and stuff like that, so that was dead easy as well. But then during the winter time and then coming into the January February month, we started getting the really bad ingress with the rain and everything, so getting the bottom of the pond dry was a real nightmare on this pond. I think I explained it on the other video, which I'll link to anyway. So anyway, we sorted that out and we got the fiberglassing done, and now the pond's full. It's got some fish in it, but the initial part of this job, I'm sorry, I'll have to do a bit of talking on this one. So is that there's a ledge in the pond, which you can see on the previous stuff. So there's a ledge in the pond, and now that originally was meant for rocks. Now if you looked at the pond that we did a few weeks ago, the part one of the one down in Portsmouth, you see that that's got ledges on as well. But what we did is we put return lines into the ledges to make sure there'd be no debris settling on the ledge. But we assumed that on this pond that all the rocks that are still round the pond were going to go onto the ledge, and that was the initial thing. So we put our return lines, underneath the ledge, because that's what we thought was going to happen. But then the client has changed his mind, and he doesn't want the rocks on now, which I totally agree with him, because the rocks don't look good, and as you'll see now, they just don't look, they're not in suit. I mean, he got the rocks offered to him, and then he just went for it and got them brought here, which was no problem for him, because he's got the big trucks and everything, so it's dead easy for him to do. But anyway, the rocks are going to go on. I'll explain to you what it's going to do, so please don't judge the finish of the pond yet, because they're all going. So this is just for now. So I just wanted to make sure just show you the pond coming on now. The pond has been full for about 4 weeks, but after the pond was fiberglassed, we took a break from doing the pond because there was a lot of other work being done around the house, so we couldn't really get in, and there was water at the bottom of the pond, and it's been there, probably it was in the pond for about 10 days, and then we filled it up, filled the pond up, and it went green a little bit because the filters weren't running and stuff like that, and now it's just getting back to how it should be. You see the clarity of it and everything now, which is really good. So we reckon another couple of days and it'll be lovely and clear. So but anyway, we'll show you the pond now, show you the filters, and then I'll tell you what they're going to do to finish off the pond. Right, so there it is. This pond's 11,000 gallons. So it's a big pond, a nice circular pond. There's 6 returns coming back into it so far, 3 over on that side. You see them on the initial videos. There's 3 over that side turning the water this way, and then there's 3 down here which is turning the water that way. So put some fish in it. Some of these belong to the client originally. There's even a golden oaf down there, so they're coming on now. They've been in now for about a week, just been a week now, so they're doing really well. They're loving the flow, absolutely loving the flow. The flow in these circular ponds, we can get it really going well, and because the returns are coming in on a TPR, they're actually flowing this pond round out, shooting it round. It's really good. And when they've settled down a little bit now, I'll show you the flow, because you can see it with the naked eye. It's superb. So yeah, so when I'm talking about these rocks, again, they're all going, but that with the shelf there was what they're meant to be going on. But like I said, things change. Now what's going to go around here is paving. They're going to pave it all the way onto the top there. So is it like a porcelain tile that they're using? Yeah, porcelain tiles that are going to go all the way on, and that's going to surround the pond. Right, now the only thing that we haven't done at the moment is, you see the skimmer that's on there now. The skimmer isn't actually running at the moment. So we've done this pond a little bit different, because the skimmer is going to feed a waterfall, but again, that can be added. As long as we've added the skimmer now with the pipe work going into the filter bay, right, then we can use that anytime we want. So that area there is going to be a waterfall, but we've got the feed to it already, so all we're going to do is connect a pump up to the skimmer, and then it's going to go round back over to the waterfall and back in. So the pipe work's already in, it's already done, so that's for when we can do it. So at the moment there's no skimmer running on the pond, So now we've got the 2 Nexuses. There's 3 bottom drains in this pond, you see with the air. And then we've got the 2 Nexuses running on the 2 outside bottom drains, which are coming in. They're running really well now. They're all on auto kits. We still have to just tweak the pumps a little bit. It does take a little bit longer on these ones. We're just tweaking the pumps. Now we've got fish in, we've got the muck starts going through the system, we can. Then I've got a 24-inch bead straight from the bottom drain on this pond. Now all we're doing is just going to see what happens with it. Another bit of a trial on these on the beads, see what they'll actually take. Now I've put a 30,000 pump on that, so it will churn up a lot of debris. So we're just going to try, see what happens. But there is other ways that we can do something else, especially when we're going to put the skimmer line in as well. So the bead might come back on for a skimmer yet, we don't know. So, but we are testing it. Like I say, with this pond, it has been a lot of changes. A lot of the customer changed his mind quite a lot of times on what we're going to do, but I'm just thankful it's on now. There's going to be a filter roof go onto here, which again is probably going to be an automated one. But yeah, the pond really is starting to look really well now. The water's just gone on this morning. There's a tap just gone in from the lads who are doing all the water for the house and everything. That's just gone in now. So we've got water into the system. We will be ending up putting an auto top up on this. But if I just walk round. So usually I'd stop at this part really. I wouldn't do another part after this, but now we know that they're going to do all the tiling and everything like that. And then here is going to be an outdoor office space for the owner to run his business from. So he's going to see it all in there. And I think these rocks just don't look right really. And I think that's what thankfully everybody's come to the same conclusion. So, but there will be, you're still going to use them rocks for the waterfall. Yeah. So them rocks will be used in that corner for the waterfall, but everything else, all the other rocks around the system, they'll be gone. And then it's all going to be lovely tiled porcelain, so then we can do another video and show you from this stage to that stage. So don't judge it just yet. You know, yeah, and there's going to be glass around the side as well. So before everybody starts saying, oh, them rocks look rubbish, right, that they're going. So before you do start. But yeah, so it really is coming on now. The water is just about there. Give it another couple of days and it will be absolutely spotless. So looking really well. And then we'll probably get another few fish in there next week. There's another couple at the shop that need to come in, and then we'll leave it for this year. And then we'll put some more in next year. These are more of just to get it running. So I don't know what the owner is going to do fish wise, whether he wants to get into the hobby, but we all say that now. We all just say that we want, a lot of people say they just want some fish in the pond and then they get the bug. And at 11,000 gallons, I truly hope he does get the bug, because we could fill this pond with some absolutely superb fish. But yeah, so it's running really well. And it's a big pond. It's just over 6 feet deep. So a lot of water in this system, a lot of water. Now I think when we do the waterfall, I think we will put some sort of, even though it might not look great, but we might put another return that's going up and over, or even just chisel some of that top wall out to put a pipe in. And then we can get a return onto the ledge and really try and throw it round so nothing does settle in there, because debris will always settle on the ledge. There's not much we can do about it, especially in this temperatures, because the fish will always be around the ledge. They love it on the sides. So, but yeah, no, it looks really good. And it's, but let me just turn the camera around. What do you say? Oh, in fact, let me just have a quick look at the filter house first, and then you can see what we're doing. Most important thing. It is a compact system. But we're on the auto kit, so it's fine. So on the system itself, let me move around. So on the bead we have, and there's going to be a floor going in this system as well. I'm not sure what they're going to use yet, but they are talking about it. So we've got 3 drains coming in. And then the 6 return lines going out. We've got the UVs there, all of the pumps are running and all in, so they're looking great. The Nexuses running just over 10,000, well, just under 10,000 litres an hour for now, because they are going back through 2 returns each. We'll give it a good cleaning here, we'll give it a good jet wash when it's all ready to go. But yeah, so it's looking really good. As it sits now, we're just going to tweak this Nexus a little bit just on the outlet. We'll just turn the pump down a little bit just to get the level right in there. But until we've got the fish coming in there and the actual filters blocking up in the middle, the actual easy, so then we can know what the cleaning schedule is and set the autos. At the moment, they're just set for every 3 days, which is what they come standard as. And yeah, it's looking really good. Hey, I'm telling the owner not to feed them, and there's you feeding them loads. Because they've only been in a week. So yeah, it's certainly a job. I mean, thankfully this one's dead close to us. It's only 10 minutes from the shop. But so we will be looking after it anyway. So it's one of the jobs on my rounds. We do quite a lot of jobs down this area. So at least there's 6 or 7 ponds. So we're just building another one as well around the corner from here. So it's going to be good to come down, but this really is a job that I'm thankful is finished. It really is. I mean, there's a little few more bits aesthetic wise and stuff like that, but that's down to what the owner's going to do. The house is looking absolutely magnificent, so now they're about to move in, so everything's going to be, all the garden will be on the next job now. All the flagging, all the turfing, everything will be done. This house will look absolutely amazing when it's done. I mean, just by going off what's inside the house, we've seen inside, you know, the kit, it's just unbelievable. But anyway, but that's this one, guys. So again, don't judge the rocks, they're going. So, and then it's all going to be nice porcelain tiles. It's really going to look good. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure you watch out for this next one, because I think the way that this guy works, it's going to be fast. He's not going to mess about. So enjoy. See you on the next one. Thanks.